Okay, we have 10H2 here this morning. We're going to go through the mastery test 3A. For question number 1, we've got Amina. So we have to write 28 as a product of its prime factors. And it says, give your answer in index form. I can't because it's question 1. So Amina's going to start off writing 28 and she's going to start splitting it into two numbers that multiply to make 28. So Amina's gone for 2 times 14. 2 is a prime, so that would stop, but 14 can carry on and become 2 times 7. So she's now going to circle all the prime numbers. So we've got 2, 2 and 7. She has to write the answer in index form. So she's going to write 7 times 2 squared. Thank you, Amina. That was excellent. For question number 2, we've got Gibran. Gibran's going to use approximation to estimate the value of this sum. So the first thing he will do, he will round all the numbers to one significant figure. So 103.2 becomes 100, 32.6 becomes 30, and 18.7 becomes 20. So now he's going to do 100 times 30. And then he's going to divide the answer by 20. Now, if he knocks a 0 off each number, it's like doing 300 divided by 2. So the answer is 150. Thank you very much, Gibran. Now, for question number 3, the moment we've all been waiting for, we've got the Bobby Dazzler. Right, question 3. There are 150 kangaroos at a wildlife park. There are 66 female kangaroos. What percentage is female? Right, there are 66 females out of 150. We have to convert this to a percentage. So if you divide 66 by 150, you get 0.44. To turn it into a percentage, you can times that by 100. So 0.44 times 100, and the answer is 44%. Thank you very much, Bobby. Now, question 4. We're on to some longer questions now worth a few marks. So for 4A, we welcome to the board Yasin. So we've got 2 1/4 plus 3 2/3.
Why you say this, Mahmoodia HD? Reporting you live. Bobby Lula.
Say that again, you've gone.
You start it off by making it top heavy. So you do 14. Hello. 14 over 5. Add 11 over 3. Then you do you times the two bottom numbers. You times 5 by 3. You times 3 by 5. So you do 15 and 15. Then you times the two top numbers by 3 and 5 again, which is 14 and 11. Then I'm gonna lose it. With a plus sign in the middle. And then you can't see. I'm very wrong.
You haven't changed the top numbers.
Yeah, no.
You've got to times 60.
You changed 42. What about that, boss? Alright, so you times these two, yeah? You do 42 over 15. Add 55 over 15. This equal, if you add them both together, this equals. What are you doing? This is Mahmoodia HD. Mess the board up. This will equal. What do you say? 97 over. Go on, sir. What's the answer, sir?
97 over 15.
15.
Convert it to a mixed number, can you?
Oh, shit.
6.
6. I did that wrong. Yeah, I've got it. I know. 6. What are you saying, my Babudia HD?
So on to 4b. We've got Rahima, who's going to do 4 2/3 minus 2 3/4. So first of all, she's going to convert into top heavy fractions again. Now we need to get a common denominator for 3 and 4. So they can both go over 12. So whatever's happened to the bottom number must happen to the top. So 14 turns into 56, 11 turns into 33. Then if we do 56 take away 33, we're left with 23 over 12. If we convert that to a mixed number, we would get 1 whole 1 and 11 over 12. Thank you very much, Rahima. So on part C, we welcome Zainab to the board. She's going to do 1 3/4 divided by 1 4/11. So first thing, we have to make them into top heavy fractions. Now Zainab's done 2 steps in 1 here, I think. She's turned it into a times already. So because it's a division, you flip it over and times it. So 7 times 11 is 77, 4 times 15 is 60, and if we convert that into a mixed number, we'd have 1 whole 1 and 17 over 60. So for question 5, we welcome Zahira to the board. So we've got 72 balloons to be shared in the ratio 4 to 3 to 2. She's going very fast. 4, 3, 2 makes 9 shares. So 72 divided by 9 is 8. So 1 share is 8. The largest share is 4 shares. So 4 times 8 is 32. Thank you, Zahira. For question number 6, we have got Maryam. So we've got the cost of 30 water bottles is £21. Work out the cost of 45 water bottles. So the first thing that Maryam is doing, she's halving it. So if 30 water bottles cost £21, then 15 water bottles cost £10.50. Now that she knows what 15 water bottles cost, she's now going to add the cost of 30 bottles to the cost of 15 bottles. That would work out the cost of 45 bottles. So the total cost is £31.50. Thank you very much, Maryam. Okay, on question 7, we've got Selena. We have to expand and simplify. So 5 times 2a is 10a. Then 5 times minus c is minus 5c. Then 4 times 3a will give us 12a. And 4 times 2c will give us 8c. So that's the expanding done. Then we write equals. And we're now going to simplify it. So 10a add 12a becomes 22a. And with the c's, we've got minus 5c plus 8c, which becomes plus 3c. Thank you very much, Selena. On to question 8a. We've got Sime, who's going to do a bit of factorising for us. So we've got 4c add 12. In order to factorise, we have to first find what they have in common. Now 4 goes into 4c and 12. So we're going to put 4 outside the brackets. Then to work out 4c, we need to do 4 times c. And then plus, and then to get 12, we're going to do 4 times 3. Close bracket. Thank you very much, Simon. So for 8b, we've got Isa, who's going to factorise x squared plus 5x. Now, x squared and 5x have both got x in common. So x goes outside the bracket. To get x squared, we would do x times x, and then a plus. To get 5x, we do x times 5. Thank you very much, Isa. Right, on to question number 9. So we now got Amar, who's going to do a bit of nth term for us. We have to find the nth term of this sequence. Now the sequence goes up in 4s, so we must have 4n. And then to get the first term 5, 4 plus 1 makes 5. Thank you, Amar. Right, on question 10 we've got Hamza who's going to do some indices. When we multiply we must add the powers. So 4, now Hamza's just tricked you a little bit there. If we add 4 and 3 we would get 7, but we've actually got 4 and minus 3. So Hamza did that on purpose just to test you. It's actually going to be y to the power of 1. And then when we divide 4 take away 5 is minus 1. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Hamza. Right, on to question 11. So Raisa's going to do question 11 for us. We've got x's on both sides to start with. We don't want x's on both sides. There's less x's where we've got 3x. So we're going to take 3x away. Oh, no, so first she's going to take 4 away. So she's just going to end up with 5x equals 3x plus 3. Now she's going to take 3x away from both sides. So x's are only on one side. So we're going to end up with 2x equals 3. So opposite of times 2 is divide 2. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Thank you very much, Raisa. Right, on to question 12 with Tessin. Now this is one of the hardest questions on the paper. A lot of people got this wrong. So it's a good job we've got one of our best students on the case. Now we have to add the 4 angles. So 102 and 73 and 2x and 3x. We add them all up. Because the angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 equals 360. When we simplify this, we would get 5x add 175 equals 360. Now to work out what x is, we're going to take away 175 from both sides. So we'd get 5x equals so we need to do 360 take away 175 and that gives us 185. So to work out x we now need to do 185 divided by 5. So x equals 37. Now we have to work out the largest angle, which is the angle that is 3x. So 3 times 37 is 111. Thank you very much, Tessin. Right, on to question number 13. On question 13 we've got Junaid. Right, we need to solve this inequality. 3x plus 8 is less than 29. We need to work out x on its own. So the opposite of plus 8 is to take away 8. So we're going to end up with 3x is less than 21. And then the opposite of times 3 is to divide 3. So x is less than 21 divided 3 is 7. Job done. Thank you, Junaid. Question 14, we've got Hasina who's going to make t the subject of this formula. Now to get t on its own, the opposite of plus 5 is minus 5. So we'd write u minus 5 equals t over 3. Then the opposite of divide 3 is to times by 3. So we would write 3 and then in brackets u minus 5 equals t. So we've now made t the subject because t is on its own. Right, on question 15, we've got Zuni who's going to complete the table for us. Y equals x squared minus 3. Now 2 squared minus 3, 2 is squared is 4, take away 3 is 1. And minus 3 squared is 9, 9 take away 3 is 6. Thank you, Zuni. So onto the table, we now need to plot that information on the table. So the first point we've got to plot is 3, 6. So Nabil's going to go 3 across and 6 up on the graph and put a little cross. Then we're going to go for 2, 1. So 2 across and 1 up. Right, then we're going to go for 1 minus 2. So 1 minus 2. Then we're going to go for 0 minus 3. Then we're going to go for minus 1 minus 2. Okay, then we're going to go for minus 2, 1. And finally, minus 3, 6. So we join these up with a nice smooth curve. And then finally for part C, x squared minus 3 equals 0. Where does the line cross 0? It crosses at 1.7 and at minus 1.7.